बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
Hello and welcome. I'm Savri Jindal and you're watching NewsX World. Let's take a look at the top stories of this hour. Trump and the First Lady Melania Trump have returned to the United States following the successful state visit. During a joint news conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer back in the United Kingdom, President Trump discussed efforts to end the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. The two leaders also announced a new US-UK technology partnership focused on AI and nuclear power. US President Donald Trump has suggested some TV networks should have their licenses taken away, and a row over ABC's host Jimmy Kimmel. Now, the Disney-owned network announced it was suspending Kimmel indefinitely following backlash over his comments about the murder of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. The United States vetoed a crucial UN Security Council resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza as Israel intensified its offensive. This is the sixth time that the United States has vetoed a resolution on the truce at the UN since the beginning of the war on October 7th. The resolution, supported by 14 of the 15 members, demands an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, the release of hostages, and increased humanitarian aid. The Israeli army urged the government on Thursday to halt the entry of humanitarian aid from Jordan to Gaza following a shooting attack at the border crossing. Israel's Lieutenant General recommended suspending aid until an investigation into the incident is completed and revised screening procedures for Jordanian drivers are implemented. The shooter, identified as a Jordanian truck driver, was transporting aid to Gaza when the attack occurred. Israel launched a new wave of airstrikes on Thursday targeting Hezbollah positions in southern Lebanon, aiming to prevent the terror group from rebuilding in the area. The Israeli Defense Forces issued evacuation warnings for 4 sites, later expanding the order to 2 additional buildings. According to the IDF, the strikes were ordered in response to Hezbollah's attempts to resume its operations in the region. French President Emmanuel Macron stated that he expects international sanctions on Iran to be reinstated by the end of the month, citing Iran's lack of seriousness in addressing concerns over its nuclear program. In an exclusive interview, Macron confirmed his belief that sanctions would return following recent developments in Tehran's action. Last month, Britain, France, and Germany, signatories to the 2015 nuclear agreement, triggered a mechanism to address Iran's non-compliance. Thailand's King Maha Vajiralongkorn has officially endorsed Prime Minister Anutin Charnavakul's new cabinet, according to a notice in the Royal Gazette. This endorsement clears the way for the cabinet to take oath before the king, a necessary step before they can address Parliament. Following the oath, the ministers will be able to formally assume their duties. Canada and Mexico pledged to deepen their bilateral ties and strengthen their free trade pact with the United States during Prime Minister Mark Carney's visit to Mexico. At a press conference, Carney and President Claudia Sheinbaum emphasized expanding economic and security cooperation, as well as their shared commitment to their partnership with the U.S. All right.